Hey everyone, welcome back to another plan with me. I am planning for the week of December 10th through the 16th in my planner, and I am using this kit from CaressPress. It is called Cheers, and I really love this kit. I talked about this in my haul, but the reason I purchased this kit is because the double box reminded me so much of me and Allie actually used this kit for my birthday week, which would have been the previous week. So I'll link her channel down below. I mean, she's ahead on Plan With Me as like a normal person, so you can watch that Plan With Me, but then watch her other ones as well because I love Allie very much. But I really love this kit. I love the reds a lot, and I'm just really happy to be using it this week. So of course I'm cutting my washi like usual, and then from Scribble Prints Co. I am using the red with gold bow washi that is from like the Christmas 4-pack of washies, which is actually on sale right now in SPC shop, so check that out. I think it's on sale for like $10 for 4 washies, which is a steal. So I'm using that because I felt like the red and the gold matched really well. The foil colors that I was going with for this kit was actually gold, but I'm using the red wiggle. This was one of the first Wiggle Wednesdays from SPC, but like the red is like ruby slippers. It's beautiful, and I thought it would look really good with this kit. So that's what I'm using. Here I am just putting down the full boxes as well as the page flags up top. I loved all of these full boxes a lot, but I wanted to use the red wiggle overlays on top of the full boxes that I love the most. And I'm also using the glitter header overlays as well from the wiggle. But yeah, I love the box I put on Wednesday. I think that might be my personal favorite other than the double box. But oh no, well, I like the one I put on Monday too because I like cookies a lot. I like cookies. But yeah, so I wanted to kind of showcase my favorite boxes by putting the full box overlays on top of those. And then I actually, from Simply Watercolor Co., her like little deco sheets, I took 2 of the gold bows because Allie did this in her plan with me, and I thought it was genius. And I just put the 2 little gold bow deco pieces on top of the girl's hair, and I thought it looked really cute. So here I am just showing you the wiggle. It's gorgeous. It was one of the first, like, I want to say like Wiggle 1.0 that came out, but I'm putting a full box overlay on top of my favorite 2 boxes along the first half, as well as like the purse box and then like the stack of cookies or pancakes or whatever. And then I'm just finishing with the glitter headers, and I don't know if I put the bows on top now or later. Oh, I'm doing it now. Okay, good. But it looks really, really cute, and I kind of do like the mixture of the red and gold like foils. I didn't know if I would at first, but I do really like it. And then here I am just putting down the glitter headers as well. And then I actually really, really like CaressPress's date covers. I feel like they're small. Maybe it's just because like last week I used date cover strips and I haven't used those in a while, but using the date covers that were like teeny, I felt like was perfect because it took up hardly any space. And then I used just the red foil numbers from the Wiggle Wednesday on top of those, and I really like how that turned out. And that's essentially the basis of the kit. I mean, seriously, I was obsessed with those gold foil bows. But yeah, here I am putting down the numbers then and putting on the date covers. And now I'm just going to work on my sidebar. My sidebar really doesn't change. I kind of keep it consistent because it works well for me. So I like to use a daily habit tracker up top just to mark taking my medicine. This will obviously change after I give birth because I no longer will have to take that medicine anymore. But then I'm putting down some pieces of washi and a half box. My sidebar kind of goes a little bit to the right from here on out, but I think it's not too terrible, so it's not bad for me. And I used one of the Pumpkin Paper Co. Pregnant Girls with week 22. I was 22 weeks this week to mark that the baby was the size of a coconut, and then I put in my work schedule and then that final full box. So now getting started with the week. Ooh, I can finally breathe and go a little bit slower because I have this at like a normal pace. But I wanted to put in a red Planner Gems crayon to mark Pain Daycare on that Monday. And then below that, from the Coffee Monsters Co., I'm using a medium-sized emoji holding like the little YouTube play button. I was going to use like the upload one that's green, but I hardly ever get to use the red play buttons because I feel like there's not a lot of red spreads. I say that, but we're going into February, you know, just to mark uploading my videos. Also, sorry if you can hear the mic moving a lot. I like adjust myself apparently too much when I talk. Anyway, and then I'm using one of these Once More with Love, like, why angry munchkins. I used the one ultimately that has his head up against the wall because that morning the traffic going to work was honestly the worst. We were in traffic, I think, for like almost an hour, which is almost unheard of. I think the longest we've ever been in traffic before that was like 30 minutes. And work isn't very far from us, but yeah, it was pretty rough that morning. And then I think it's probably because, yeah, I don't know actually. I have no idea why it was like that. And then, of course, I am marking off a chunk of my day using the same washi. You guys know I've been really liking this method. I don't feel like I have to explain it anymore because I've explained it enough, but I just really like this method for marking off a big chunk of the day, especially if not a lot happened. And so I am just using the same washi from SPC and kind of cutting it with my slice tool and my ruler. Then I'm going to go ahead and take a patterned half box from the kit and I move it up a little bit. Normally I like to put the half box kind of in the center, but when I use like a character sticker or something else in the spread, I guess, for that section that's a little bit larger, I like to move it up so that way I can kind of showcase that sticker a little bit more. So I'm putting the half box in, and then from Whimsical Cat Studio, I'm using these little like friends eating out sheet to mark that we went to Cheesecake Factory, me and Andrea, for like my belated birthday dinner. I really wanted Cheesecake Factory. Gave me really bad heartburn, but whatever, I survived. So I put that in there. And then moving on to Tuesday, the first thing I wanted to put in is a half box up top to mark two separate things. I think I did this last week as well. Yeah, I did it last Sunday, and I really liked how it turned out. I think it's a cool way to kind of incorporate two things that happened like relatively at the same time or like in the same place into one half box. So I'm using just a plain like cream colored half box up top. And the two things were that I went to get ramen and gelato with Emily around lunchtime. So I'm putting the half box in there, and then I'm using one of my favorite ramen stickers from Once More with Love. I love this sheet so much. I also love ramen a lot. I think I need to get it like at least 2 more times before I give birth because I don't know when I'll be able to go again. So I put a little ramen sticker in there. And then to mark gelato, again from Once More with Love, I'm using one of these ice cream sheets. I went with the like brown popsicle because, again, I hardly ever get to use like brown in spreads, so I feel like this was kind of the perfect time to mark that. And then below that, I used an icon from the kit. It took me a really long time to kind of figure out which icon I wanted to use. Originally, I was going to use one of these shoes that are like super old $2 Tuesday from SPC, but I mean, as you can see, the colors are just, they're not matching. I mean, I guess I could have used the orange, but like, it was not matching. But I'm looking for a very long time for like a shopping bag or like any sort of shopping icon to mark that. I went to the mall after work to pick up some new shoes from Vans. I got like the Vans that are like sneaker. Well, they're all sneakers, but they're like, I don't know, like active wear, I guess you could say. They're just not like the normal skate shoes, but I'm not sure like what the proper name is. But like I had Nikes that like the entire sole of my shoe was completely worn off. Like I had no traction whatsoever, and that was a little bit dangerous because I was slipping everywhere, and I am pregnant, so I needed to go get some new shoes. So I ordered them from Vans, and they had them delivered at the store. So I went to the mall and got those. And then after, or I guess during the day, really. So this is like weird to explain, but like Brian obviously plays video games, and one of his friends that he plays video games with is like, well, now a professional video game player, but at the time he was like one of the best in the world, and still is, I guess, at playing Fortnite. I'm sure a lot of you know what Fortnite is, or at least have heard of it. So he lives in California, but he actually flew to Texas to get better ping. I don't know how to explain any of this because it probably isn't going to make any sense, but essentially he flew here to kind of be able to play in the Fortnite Winter Tournament, which is like, I think only like 200 or 100 people got, I think 100 people got chosen to play, like, that were the best in the world, and he ended up placing like 38th or 48th, which out of like millions of people is insane, and he made a little bit of money, which is pretty cool. So I wanted to mark that. I'm using this Fox and Cactus like PC girl gamer because I watched that and he was doing it at my house, so I felt like I needed to mark it. And then after his tournament, this was the first heat of it. I used one of the foiled icons to mark that we went to Olive Garden with Ryan and Raph afterwards and everybody, just to kind of celebrate the fact that he made it through the first round. And then he played the second round on Wednesday, which is awesome. I don't know, it was just exciting and I wanted to remember it, so I put that in. Alright, so moving on to Wednesday. So Wednesday was actually Nick's birthday. There's a lot of birthdays in December for me, like too many people have birthdays in December, myself included. So Nick's birthday was this day, so I used one of the like glittery labels. I think there were 3 birthdays this week, so I wanted to kind of use a glittery label for every single person. So I'm using a glittery label up top as well as a present cutout icon from the Wiggle to mark that it was Nick's birthday. And then below that, I want to get into this story as well. So since that day was December 12th, it was day of the, I put, double in my planner, boo. It was day of the dozen. I don't know why I wrote double in my planner, whatever. It was day of the dozen at Krispy Kreme, which essentially meant that you could go and buy a dozen donuts and they would give you a dozen glazed donuts for free. And so I really wanted to do that because I love donuts. I used a little Scribble Prince Code donut, Celeste Scribbler, to mark that. And we waited in line forever. The line was intense, but I really wanted my donuts, and Brian was a trooper for me. So we finally got our donuts. I wanted to purchase the like holiday assorted donuts, which were like the really cute like Santa and like, I don't know, snowman. I don't know. I posted a picture on Kirsten Krasinski on my Instagram of them, but I really wanted those. And so we like go through the line, we're going through, we get to work, and I'm so excited to like open these holiday assorted donuts. And they messed up our order and gave us just like, I think, random assorted, and they were gross, you guys. Like, I'm thankful that I got the glazed donuts because I like glazed donuts anyway. I'm using a Coffee Monster's Co. like upset emoji to mark that I was mad, but I was so upset because I really wanted the holiday ones. So Emily came to the rescue, and I actually put Emily to the rescue in my planner, and I'm using a quarter box, and she went on her lunch break to do the same thing because she said her family wanted donuts anyways, and they gave her the correct donuts. So I got my picture, I got my holiday donuts. I was a happy camper. So I'm marking a quarter box to mark that, and I'm using a little Coffee Monsters Co. Like, I put in like a little Santa's helper because I thought it was so cute to mark that. So that was my day of donut upset and then happiness. So there's that. And then after work, me and my little family went to Target. So I'm using this Fox and Cactus like whistling shopper girl, Christmas girl, to mark that we went to Target because I wanted to buy some baby clothes. So I bought baby clothes that day. So that's the first half of the week. I think it turned out so good. So moving on to the second half, I'm doing the exact same thing I did on Monday, marking out a huge chunk of my day using some washi. At the very top, I think I do that first. Yes, okay, I'm just making sure I do that first. To mark that at work, I had the Santa Claus marathon. I really have been wanting to watch the Santa Claus. It was on like Freeform, 25 Days of Christmas, like kind of out of order. I don't even think they played the second one. They only played like the first and third. And I've only ever seen the first one all the way through. I've seen pieces of the third, but I had never seen the second one. So I really wanted to watch all of them because that's just what I wanted to do. So I had the Santa Claus marathon and I wanted to mark that. So I just marked off a huge chunk of my time. Ow, I kicked something. With, washi, of course, to mark that, and a half box. And then inside my half box from Scribble Prince Co.'s gold foiled like holiday movie sheet, there is the Santa Claus holiday movie on there, so I just went ahead and grabbed that. I was thinking about adding like a Santa or some sort of character next to it, but I was like, you know what, let's just put it right in the center, make it super easy peasy, and it looks good, so I did that. And that was my Thursday. At the bottom, look at that foil, so cute. At the bottom, we went to H Mart for lunch. We've gone to H Mart so many times these past few weeks. Like when I was planning the next week, and then I think even the week prior to this, we went to H Mart. So I use a little takeout box from Coffee Monsters Co. We go there a lot, but it's delicious. So I put that in. I think we went with friends that night. I don't really remember though. but it was delicious. And then below that, I'm using a quarter box, just like a cream colored quarter box, to mark that that night we had some family cuddles on the couch, and it was wonderful. And I'm using a little Fox and Cactus, like Christmas cat couples cuddling on the couch with hot chocolate to mark that. I thought it was cute, and I love the little cat couples because they're so neutral. So there's that. Moving on to Friday, first things first, I always like to put in my paydays. So I'm using a fancy label like I have been. I feel like a lot of this is pretty redundant. When I was planning, like, I have a lot of these Plan With Me's already pre-filmed and like pre-ready to go. I just need to do like the voiceovers and stuff. I kind of do the same stuff, but I like the way it looks, so I mean, I guess it makes sense. And then from SPC, I'm using one of like the little payday bill due sheets. I'm using the gold one, and I'm just using the last payday on that sheet to mark that. And then below that, I am using from the Wiggle, the red Wiggle. See, like the red and the gold actually like look really great together. I'm not mad. I think that's probably like one of my better pairings that I've done in the past. But I'm using a red Wiggle car icon to mark that we got gas that day. Again, I think I did this last week too. I don't know why I marked getting gas. Yeah, I did. I just need to put something in, right? And then I had like only a couple other things to put in, so I decided to just go ahead and grab a coffee cup from the kit to mark that we also got coffee in the morning. We get coffee every morning. I've said this before, but like sometimes when I need some space and like need to be able to put other things in, I just, I put a coffee cup in and kind of fill up that space a little bit. So there's that. And then below that, from the Coffee Monsters Co., I'm using a medium-sized emoji that has like sniffling and holding tissues, because both Brian and Avery were getting like allergies around this time, and so we went to Target that morning, or I think that evening, and we bought allergy medicine for both of them because they were both just like a mess. Like they woke up, their eyes were closed, their throats were sore, like they were just dying. And then I also wanted to use from Paper and Milk one of these little French fry characters. I put it in a half box because I mean there really was nothing else that happened that day, but Ryan bought Shake Shack for everybody, and I got a salted caramel shake because I always get that, and I got french fries because I really like Shake Shack's french fries. I think I had already ate lunch, and that's why I didn't get a burger, because otherwise I would have definitely gotten a burger. What am I doing? Oh, there was a hair attached to the overlay, and it was like actually bothering me, so I had to pull it up. But anyway, that's to mark Ryan buying a Shake Shack. The next day, the first thing that I put down was the weekend banner. I'm pretty sure I always do the weekend banner along the bottom. My weekend banner is from SPC as per usual, and it is just the gold foiled one. I like to use the larger one. Sometimes I use the small one, but I like to use the larger one. So I am putting that along the bottom. Look at that shine. Look at that shine. So pretty. So I'm putting that along the bottom, like I said. And then this day, Saturday, was Jimmy's birthday, which is actually Allie's husband, which I think is funny because like it's on the day that like Allie is in the full box. I don't know. I thought it was cute. So I put that in again with just one of those gold glitter labels, and I used the balloons icon to mark that. There's not a lot of birthday icons. What if I have like 8 birthdays in a week? You know what I mean? Like, I need some more birthday icons. Oh, and then I went ahead and just put another full red label next to that, because the next day was actually my stepmom's birthday. So I was like, let's just knock both of these out back to back. So I used the balloons for Jimmy's birthday, and then I was trying to figure out what I wanted to use for her birthday. I think I decided to go with the bow. I thought the bow was cute, so I was like, that's good, let's just do the bow. So I put that in on Sunday, so I just wanted to get those done back to back. Okay, and then also on Saturday, I did work, but I got Dunkin' in the morning for Avery. Usually on Saturdays when I work, I get like Dunkin' anyway for like coffee, and like I always get a croissant because the sausage, egg, and cheese is like, oh, the greatest thing ever. But we also got Avery donuts that day because she's a sweet angel baby, and I was like, let's get her some donuts. So I'm using a little gold foiled donut from the SPC food sheet, which is like probably my favorite foiled sheet ever, and I don't want to use it because I love it so much, but I also want to use it because I love it so much. Anywho, and then I'm just marking out a huge chunk of the night, because that night after I got off of work, I literally spent the whole night just like hanging with Avery. I was just in her room, just chilling, reading, playing, like we were just having a grand old time. So I'm just marking out a huge chunk of my night to, indicate that. So I'm going to use a patterned half box with that. And then from Oh Hello Michelle, I think it's just Oh Hello Michelle, not Co. I use this cute little like mom and child, or like dad and child, or just person and child reading, because I thought it was really cute. I always forget I have this sheet, and this is like one of my favorite sheets ever. So I really wanted to use that to mark hanging out with my girl. And then on Sunday after the birthday, it was like a pretty big laundry day for me. So I used from the Coffee Monsters Co. spring cleaning sheet, the medium-sized emoji, kind of just like in a pile of laundry, because there's so much laundry that I had to do. So I marked that, and then below that from Fox and Cactus, I used one of the cameras. Like I said before, I love these to mark filming. And then I wanted to try something a little bit new, because I didn't want to mark off another huge chunk of the night, because the only other thing was that I organized our closet, mine and Brian's, because like it was a mess. So I turned the half box, vertical. I don't know how well I like it. There's like nothing behind it, so it looks plain, but I did it and I committed to it, and it's still in my planner, but it's something. And then Sorry, I totally got a phone call like in between talking, which was like strange. But anyway, I'm using the laundry emoji from Coffee Monsters Co. just to mark organizing our closet all day. And that was it for the last half of the week and for the week in general. I think it turned out really, really well. Last things last. There we go. I'm using the deco. There's not a lot of deco, but I think it worked out really well, because then I was able to use the little heart deco pieces from the Simply Watercolor Co. sheet that I pulled the bows from. I was going to use the bows, but I was like, I kind of want to use these hearts. So I put all that deco in, and then whatever spaces I could find, I put some of the hearts in as well. And I've been really liking doing this as well. I mean, I just think it adds a little extra touch. But that is it for this plan with me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, I have a couple other ones planned. I think I'm completely planned up, through the end of the year. So yay me. I just have to edit and upload those. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.